gonna be talking about what I call the curl and kicks. I'm gonna do it first on my stomach, and then I'm gonna do it in a modified position where I'm kind of leaning over a table, and I will also demonstrate how you can do this against a wall, which is more challenging to maintain your stability with. So here we go. So I'm gonna lie down on my stomach. You can, if you wish, place a pillow underneath, lengthwise under your torso if you feel like that's easier to kind of support you. You can put your head on your hands, whatever's comfortable there. I'm just gonna be looking your way. I wouldn't recommend that when you're doing this, but so if you can see my leg here, this will be my right leg. So you may be able to see my foot on their side, but you won't be able to see much else. This is a challenging position when you don't have a lot of mobility, so it's really becomes more of an isometric in most cases, but you want to think about that core. You want to think about trying to keep your abdominals engaged, close off that tummy a little bit, keep your back more neutral so that you don't compensate or cheat. So what it's going to look like when you cheat is when you lift up, you're going to be arching your back, right? Like that. So you don't want to do that. You want to keep your core tight, press your chest and arms into the table, maybe even go into like a plank here and try to stabilize. I'm even driving my opposite knee into the table here. So if I do this, I can drive my one knee down and my other leg up. That actually gives me more leverage, right, as I do this. And it's okay if you get a little rotation from your broad line area. That's all right, just make sure it's not excessive. You really want to be pushing your heels straight up towards the ceiling as closely as you can. And also watch out that you're not bringing your foot across your body. That's common as well. If anything, you want to head to slightly out away from you, which you'll feel is a little tighter and more challenging. Just make sure you don't give yourself a hamstring cramp. Also, really press, anchor through the rest of your body and channel through your glutes. Okay, so the modified position or more upright position that you can try is to lean over a table. Change the camera angle here a little bit. So I'm gonna imagine this table's up a little higher. Okay, I'm gonna get down low for this, but I've used a table or a counter, and again, kind of like a mule kick, push up. So you wanna make sure, it's almost like an angle, like you're going up a hill, with your leading with your heel, and then the other one, okay? So make sure you're stable. It's actually easier to keep your back neutral here when you're on the leaning over the counter. Just have a little more give there, a little more slack to work with. So I actually prefer that one to the one on the stomach, but it all depends on what your preferences are and what you have available to you or what you're able to tolerate. So lastly is the one against the wall. So I don't have a wall here, but just imagine you go on your forearms if you'd like, stabilize yourself. You could even do this on a door frame, like holding the door frame, whatever works or is available, okay? And then you're gonna try to stabilize. So it's really important that you don't necessarily like drive yourself forward. So that's why you want something there, at least initially, and try to drive in opposition. So I'm driving my chest and hands forward as I press my leg back, and I'm trying to lift and extend from my butt. And of course, you'll do that on both sides as well. So just some things. Oh, I almost forgot. The reason it's a curl and kick is because when you bend your knee, that's the curl, and then when you kick, it straightens out. So it's curl and kick, and then you can bring it back and then uncurl it. So if you're holding it with the bent knee, you may be more likely to get a hamstring cramp. So just as a side note, maybe don't hold your leg like that if you're prone to cramping. So then it comes back down. So curl and then kick, and then uncurl, kick, right? And then it gives you a little more movement and stretching too.